like you've seen James McGrath over here is doing now, and you pick it up and you're going to run. And I know that that sounds pretty simple, but let me tell you, you're struggling to breathe because you have intense weight and metal pressed up against every part of your body, and you've got to move as fast as you can to get to the sandbag, which is dead weight coming up off the ground. It's unbelievable. If you've ever tried to pick up a child to go to a bar that they don't want to go to, kind of like that, but 80 kilos. You know, it's resisting. It's resisting. It's not much fun at all. But we love it. We love doing it. We love watching it. And I hope that you guys do too. Get the vibe a little bit more punch, shall we?
Breaks, it either goes one of two ways. Either you forget how to lift and everything feels like shit, or you're just like, man, like this feels amazing. I'm actually fully recovered for this.
Strongman is a performance art in itself, as well as a sport. So that's why we chose this venue. So please give us all of your support with waves of cheers and clapping and screaming. Sophie is doing amazing for a first-time competitor in her first event this morning. It is difficult to get warmed up.
That's it, come on!
Come on, Sophie.
Come on.
Let's go! Come on, Sophie.
Coming out of the Strength Institute, Sophie is really making moves today.
Come on, Sophie, get it up!
Come on, you got it.
Come on,
She's kilo bag, ladies and gentlemen. She's only under 64 kilos.
Come on, go on it.
45
Close to your chest.
Come on.
Come on.
Get it in.
That's it.
Doesn't matter how far you go, just go.
Let's go. Yeah, come on.
Put your hands together.
Yep.
Come on, Sophie.
Come on, keep going.
Now let me tell you guys, this is an extremely difficult event. I personally took 6 months to be able to get this thing off the ground. An 80 kilo bag is extremely heavy when you're weighing less than 64 kilos, guys. Especially when you've already run with the sandbag and you've already run with the bag carry, which we have courtesy today of Standing Submit. Thank you very much. Don't give up.
Hey, come on, son.
Get that bag off the ground.
Easy, come on.
3, 2, 1, and we have time. That was our first competitor, our first event of the day. Extremely nerve-wracking, and Sophie is a newcomer to the sport. So we really need to give her a round of applause here, guys, because that was an epic triumph. Our next competitor is Hickson. She and I competed last year together in the same weight class. Yes, I know it's hard to believe by looking at me, but I'm also a strong man. Carly has been training from home with her partner, Hickson. He is a strong man. Also, they both competed in Highland Games as well, so they're quite seasoned competitors here today.
You've got the socks, the main business.
Qualifier, qualifier today here with Carly. Now, I mentioned if she doing clash or qualifier because we have two divisions here. One harder than the other. But you'll see when the weight starts stacking up, the more advanced level really gets tough.
Yeah, I saw his 150 a hand. He's got the build, man.
He's been lifting weights for 6 months.
Yeah. Genetic.
Carly is such a champ that last year she was training
probably an old ex-rugby player. He's got that athleticism too.
In them instead of having enough sand in them.
That's the thing, he's fast, but he has no cardio.
Yeah.
He ran
Come on, Carly!
7 seconds.
Wow. That's good, man.
He's quick, but he gaps.
Come on, Carly!
Come on, Carly!
Yeah, stack them every one.
Training with sandbags with plates in them is just proof of her tenacity and her dedication to the
Not
sport.
everyone can be a heavyweight.
Yeah.
Like, you're always going to be.
Come on, Carly. Get that bag up off the ground. I know you can do it this time.
Let's go, Carly.
Let's go, Carly. Come on. Come on.
She's going to quickly chalk up to make sure that she's got enough grip on her forearms because let me tell you guys, that bag can rip your skin off.
Come on.
Turn the bag, don't grab the strap.
Come on, Carly. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It is very difficult to lift an 80-kilo bag when you are weighing less than 64 kilograms. You can appreciate how hard this is.
Strap horizontal to the
And when you
ground.
do finally get it up, you've got to run.
Take yourself. Get up.
15 seconds.
Come on, Carly.
Come on, Carly.
Let's go.
Don't give up.
Come on, Carly.
In strongman, we always say, don't give up.
4,
3, 2, 1. That's it. Third time. So we had two competitors in the same weight class in the qualifying division that couldn't get the 80-kilo bag of 15 meters. So Sophie, our newcomer, took out the win for that event. Now, those of you that don't know the rules of strongman, if you win an event, you get to go last in the next event. Now, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to go last? It's so that you can strategize throughout the day. There's 5 events, and if you go last in your next event, you can see what your competitors achieved. Watching what your competitors achieved means that you only have to beat them by an inch to win, right? So if someone runs 5 meters with a sandbag, you only have to run 6 meters with the sandbag to beat them. So it's all about strategy as well as strength. That's why we love strongman.
Sorry, I saw the strategy of the hardest just making something
Next we have Lisa in the open qualifier. Lisa is also a newcomer. She competed in her first novice comp earlier this year. This is her first qualifying game. Now the open qualifying women will be lifting sandbags that are 80 kilos and 100 kilos. So this is pretty intense. Imagine lifting a 100 kilo sandbag, a dead weight that's on the floor and it does not want to move. It's early in the morning, you're running on coffee, you got to lift 100 kilos up off the ground and run it as fast as you can. After you've already lifted 80 kilos, after you've done the stand or submit, thank you, stand or submit, barrier carrier in here as well. I mean, these girls are just amazing. So I hope that you all cheer for our little WA strongman ladies. If you want to see more, feel free to follow WA Strongman on Instagram. You can see all our competitors, you can see our upcoming events. I highly recommend that you consider getting into the sport if you like what you see here today. Come on, Lisa Marie.
If it was within the rule today, it would be
Like, I identify.
Going over the instructions one more time because this is tricky. Nobody wants to make mistakes out here today. Now, if you want to see more of me, of course, you can follow me at That Fit Woman. And we're all welcoming today Her Wellness. They are one of our competitors, our sponsors. Come on, Lisa Marie. Come on! Guys, this is an 80-kilo barrier carry she's carrying this morning.
Okay.
Like a very, very heavy child. Run, run, run! She's going to run to the bag, pick up an 80-kilo bag, which I'm sure you guys saw earlier, under 64 ladies were starting with.
Aggressive with it. That's it.
Come on, let's
Together. Together. Let's go.
Go, 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 go! Go as fast as you can! Very exciting stuff here. The open category, ladies, is always exciting because of the drastic weight changes.
Let's go!
She's got 45 seconds yelling, screaming, clapping, cheering.
30 seconds!
Strongman is all about performance, all about strength. We love to show you our strength and perform for you, and we love it when you cheer. It just spurs us on, you know. Come on, you're strong enough to do this.
Come on!
Just don't rush.
5,
Give up!
You can do it! Come on!
2, 1.
And time! Unfortunately today this rig couldn't get the 100 kilo bag off the ground. Very unfortunate, but trust, it is not an easy exercise to do by any means. If you've just joined us, this is the WA Strongman qualifier for states and also the Clash division, which is a more advanced division. And we are welcoming our next performers, which will be the under 73 Clash women. I just mentioned that the Clash division is more advanced. So what you're about to see here, ladies and gentlemen, is the strongest, toughest, leanest, meanest women in WA Strongman today. Starting with Josie. Those of you that don't know, Josie's like basically the strongest woman in the world on the 64, and she's decided to go up a weight class today just to show off. Isn't that right? Yeah, she got thick, whatever. Yeah. I think later this year, Josie and I will be competing in the same weight class because I too have gotten a little bit thick since last year when we both competed in under 64. Hey, it's tricky to cut weight and stay strong and stay surprising. It's a family event here. I'm going to keep my language, you know, nice and clean. Okay, Josie, you ready?
Watch the time you gotta be. Watch this shit.
So you're about to witness something pretty amazing here. Josie is a seasoned vet in the game. She's going to impress the socks off you all. Go! Come on, Josie! Everybody loves seeing Josie perform because she is a freak of nature with her incredible strength. I don't know if you just saw how easy that was for her to bust out a 60 kilo barrel carry, and now she's going to pick up an 80 kilo sandbag like it ain't no thing. Yawn, she's just so impressive, like why even watch her? No, I mean, she's just doing the same thing she always does, and that is killing it! Come on, Josie! Come on, Josie! Show us what you like up! Come on, guys, we need you cheer! We need you scream! Easy at all. Next we have the Clash women under 82 weight class.
Have you got any spare chalk? I knew there wouldn't be any on that stand.
Mcavoy. Same thing where he could get over his knees. I was like, oh, so yeah, with wide is the superior way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the under 82 competitor, Hayley Mcavoy, and she usually has Mcavoy on the back of her shirt because I called dibs on Hayley, and technically I was competing in WA Strongman first, so, but also maybe because I'm like way older than her. But it's not important. So we have Hayley Mcavoy. She is also newcomer to the WA Strongman scene, competing last year, as I mentioned, up against beautiful people like me. She is a force to be reckoned with. She has an Ollie lifting background. She's young and supple, so no major injuries to watch out for, meaning she can just walk right into the sport and show us amazing things, which you're about to see today. Travelling up from down south as well. Is it Denmark? Where you guys going? Bunbury they've travelled from today. Imagine getting up at 4 o'clock this morning to drive out here from, what did I say, Bunbury? These guys, Denmark? Tweedledee, Tweedledum over here. No, I'm on one. Alright, you ready?
Sorry, I don't have 320s to record this stuff.
Alright guys, we've got our young under 82 lady Mcavoy. Come on now.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go!
And she's off!
Go Mcavoy!
This is
Go on, Hayley.
WA Strongman Clash Division. It's our more advanced division, which is why Hayley's stepped up to the plate to impress today in the under 82 category. She's just carried an 80 kilo barry carry across a 15 metre stretch. Now she's picking up an 80 kilo bag just to impress you guys. Now run with it as fast as she can. I had a chat with Hayley this morning when she was getting prepared and warmed up, and she said she's very tired and cold. So let's warm her up, ladies and gentlemen, with some cheers and some clapping. She's like 20 or something, and she's picking up a 100 kilo bag at 9 o'clock in the morning at Scar Amphitheatre just to show off for you guys. So give her some thanks. Oh, she sniffed some ammonia! I don't know if you guys are familiar with that, but it's a...
Come on, Hayley. Come on, you've got this.
But it's very hard, and she's just gone that extra mile to get her working up, ready to rumble. Come on, Hayley!
Come on, Hayley. Come on, Hayley.
Come on, Hayley, don't rush in. Stay focused, remember your training.
15 seconds!
Got it, Hayley. Come on.
With less than 20 seconds to go, can she make it?
Come on.
Come on, Hayley!
5, 4, 3.
Nah, she's out, she's had enough. Probably strategic move. She's like, oh, I've got to save my energy for the next event. Next we have the men. Now, I know it's called strongman, but we don't have enough people to have a strong man and a strong woman, so if you like the sport, get involved, then maybe one day we can have both. But today we have the under 80 category of men, starting with Guy. And as you can imagine, you know, the weights go up when the guys get involved. So we're going to be starting with an 80 kilo barrow carry. That means he's going to be lifting at least his own body weight, running with it 15 meters to the middle, then running over to the sandbag, picking up a 100 kilo sandbag to start with, running it back, then running back again, and getting a 120 kilo sandbag. This guy's under 80 kilos, can you believe that? 120 kilo sandbag for time, like as fast as you can. I don't know if you guys appreciate that, but it's extreme. And that's what we're all about here at WA Strongman, extremes.
That's very cute. You guys already have it or surprise? Nice. Got a name picked out? Yep.
One of our sponsors today is Perth Wellness Centre. They are set up to my right, to your left, with a chiro that is discussing opportunities with you all. If you've got anything you want to talk to a chiro about, head over to Perth Wellness. Famous people. What are you doing here? Coaching. We have Adam from House of Boom here today. How are you doing? I would like to thank Stand Submit and House of Pain for helping us out today. House of Pain lent us one of their barrier carries. Thank you very much. Come on, guy. He's just carried out the 80 kilo barrier carry and now moving on to a 100 kilo sandbag. That is his weight plus 20 kilos. That's pretty intense. And then it's going to go up again to a 120 kilo sandbag, just for fun on a, Saturday morning. Why not? Come on, guy. Come on, guys. Let's get excited. Guy.
45 seconds.
Come on, guy. Everybody, it is a brisk morning in the sunshine. Not easy to just grapple dead weight, lift it off the ground, get moving as fast as you can. Come on, guy. Come on, guy. Don't give up. Don't give up. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Unbelievable. That was 1:20 in regard to second. Now, in this particular event, because it's very likely that other people will be just as strong as each other, we have to count the time that it takes to get from one side to the other, etc., so that we can take it down to the nail to the last second if there is a tie, as it were. Some events are for distance, some events are for time. If you're interested in finding out more about WA Strongman, feel free to follow us on Instagram at WA Strongman. They're basically like the best strongman group in the state.
Let's go.
So Guy was the first competitor in the under 80 category for the qualifier in 1 minute and 21 seconds. So now the aim for everybody else is to beat that, basically. Next we have Ian. He is our under 90 qualifier. I say qualifier because we have two divisions here today, the qualifier and the club.
Mate, I'm just like a slow.
More advanced. Only slightly though. I don't know if you've heard me reading out these weights, but they're pretty intense as it is. There's no shame at all. Ian is our resident WA strongman competitor. He's quite seasoned, if I do say so myself. He started 1 year ago and so did I, so I think of him as seasoned. Because I'm experienced, he's experienced. Basically, as soon as I started playing WA Strongman is when it all began.
4 or 5 months since I started. So it's like, oh well. And it's only been a year since I quit swimming. That's the other thing. I was just training in the gym and it felt like a commercial gym, just doing deadlifts and bench. That's it, like seriously, that's all. Nah, back then I wasn't using equipment.
Come on, Ian! Ian is a dark horse, honestly. Just by looking at him, you'd be like, oh, he doesn't look that strong, like he's really quiet and sweet. But this guy is an amazing strongman. He's quite talented. I mean, look at him go. I remember the first time I saw him compete, I was like, he's so quiet and nice. But he is a mean machine on the platform, on the podium. Come on, Ian. Under 19, the 120 kilo sandbag, the time to beat.
Come on, you got it. Let's go.
You can do it, Ian. Come on.
Go in. Go away.
Use that new name.
Go, 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 go.
That's what we like to do in Strongman, is put on a show, so we throw the bags around. 46 seconds! Jeez Louise! Woo! We want to be following that act. But speaking of following that act, we have George Tabor. He's going to be in the under 105 qualifier. And the under 105s have to lift a 90 kilo barrier carry and then a 100 kilo sandbag and a 120 kilo sandbag. So It's starting to get intense in the men's round qualifier.
You are lost.
They told me I was first, I was like, motherfuckers,
No,
no problem.
First to register. So
Yeah, good.
180.
We can still be friends.
Good. I must have done something else. Like, really weird. Like, I got got sore. And then I started hot spotting and I was hit like
Does anyone want to give this young lad a brief like everybody else got or what?
And then I did
Baby, I'll tell you what to do.
No, it's definitely this. Give it a try.
I thought that you looked young, but I didn't know you were that young. This gentleman over here is 20 years old. Some of our competitors are quite young. It's impressive how strong they are for such a young age. I don't know about you guys, but when I was 20, the only thing I could lift was a cocktail glass. These guys are lifting 100-kilo bags. Pretty impressive. The only thing I ever ran for was a shopping spree. These are a little bit heavier than shopping bags to be running with, let me tell you guys. Come on, George! Woo! Under 90 kilos, guys. That is an 80-kilo Barry carry that he's lifting there and running across the stage just for you guys. Come on! Making that 100-kilo bag look like it's just some Coles shopping. I want to hear you guys cheering. Come on! Let's go! Under 90 kilos, 20 years old. This guy is so impressive. You know, how is this time? 43 seconds. Jeez Louise. They're getting tired of these times, you know what I'm saying? Getting exciting. This is WA Strongman, for those of you that have just joined us or that are spectating. You may be familiar with Strongman if you have heard of Eddie Hall, and we do have an event dedicated to him today. Next we have Merrick in the open category for men qualifier.
Anybody else?
I'm standing here today with the First Lady of WA Strongman, Jane. She's competed for what, 2 years now in WA Strongman? Just under? Yeah. As I said before, WA Strongman only really started when I got involved last year. I did the novice competition at the beginning of the year and then moved up to the state qualifier, and basically I'm kind of famous in the WA Strongman scene. Come on, Merrick! He's getting ready to rock and roll. I've seen Merrick compete maybe 3 times. Just so that you know, we've moved up to the highest weight class for the men, which is the open weight class, which means basically they can weigh however much they want. You want to weigh 220 kilos, then go for gold. But you've got to be able to lift 110 kilo barrier carry, 120 kilo sandbag, 140 kilo sandbag. 100 kilo bag. One of those, right? Right, you ready? Set. I need to crank that music.
Alright, can you guys see me?
Oh, no! I don't want a competitive microphone action.
Guys. Now the rest of the day.
This is not my contract.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know. was surprised because I thought I entered early.
Why is he a bit? Like, you don't need to all it is like reinforcing the fact.
Alright, Eric, you ready?
You let me know how you feel.
It's ready.
And it's like really 120 kilos per line.
Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1, and go!
Come on, Merrick!
Yeah, after doing
The mats were a fantastic idea, Matt. Thank you so much for that one.
Let's go, Mary.
We're very thankful that we're being able to host here today. Thank you to the city of Sterling.
years.
45 seconds.
It's a lot easier to do this when the crowd is behind you. Just like any other sporting event. We love to put on a show for you guys. We love you to really enjoy it.
Come on, Barry.
Come on, Mary.
Come on, Barry. Come on, Barry.
Sometimes in strongman you must conserve your strength. It's a 5-event day. We're on event 1 right now, so these guys have a big day ahead of them. It's not a good idea to gas yourself straight away. Next up we have Freeman. He's known as Freeman because sometimes we have more than one Alex. Like I mentioned earlier, we have Mcavoy over there, and me, Ailey. Generally speaking, we make the youngest one have to take the second name. That's why you're Freeman, you're Mcavoy. Okay. We respect our elders around here.
Getting cold. I'm not feeling it today. Same. It's like that nerves, man. Kill me over. I'm ready, I'm not ready. Yeah, I know. It's like a nervous wee.
3, 2, 1, and go!
Freeman is in the open category of the qualifying men. He's lifting 100 kilo barrier carrying and then taking a light jog over to the sandbags.
Go, man.
120 kilo sandbag is the first one. Using a technique there by turning the sandbag on its side, picking it up and placing it on his lap, and then bringing it into his chest. It's a very technical sport, WA Strongman, whether you realise it or not. You might think that we're just really brute, strong people, but there's a lot of technique involved. If you watch Freeman now turning the sandbag,
45 seconds.
he's picking it up from either side with his hands, putting it right under there, and then taking it to the lap.
Come on.
Look at that mobility.
Come on.
Once it's to the lap, you can get it up on the chest and just go.
What? Why did you pick it up coming down and down again? At the start? Because I wanted to get a good grip.
Even though our friend decided to opt out of taking the bag all the way to the end, he's still in front in that category.
I know. That's why.
Remember how I said before that I was calling that guy Freeman?
Hey Alex, I see you've converted to the horizontal
This is Alex
pickup.
now.
I see you've converted to the horizontal
Also
pickup.
in the
You were telling me at the last comp.
I'm seeing the
You were telling me at the last comp that the vertical
I
pickup
mentioned
was
before
better
that
than the
there's
horizontal.
qualifying men and clash men. That's because we've
Man,
got
I've
two
been doing
divisions
this
out
shit
here
for 8
today.
years.
The clash division
I
being
could've
slightly
told you
more
that.
advanced, so stick around to watch the weights go up, the men get bigger, and the intensity intensifies.
No, I didn't want to finish. I was just going to waste energy.
With, can I give you some feedback? With that bag, when you pick it up, shift it up a touch. If you can get it
It's
right
very,
it's not
very important
diaphragm, you can get
to
a
win
little bit
this
more air in
event
and you can go.
that our friend Alex has to beat 11 meters with the final sandbag.
Doing bag carry.
You may not know this,
And then I was aiming for
but it's important to win an event in strongman. You want to win the event so you can go last in the following event. So this is event 1, you win this, you get to go last in event 2.
It's just
Why
sometimes
would you want to go last? That seems crazy, but it's so that you can watch
it's just
what
what
your
I see one of the
opponents
biggest mistakes is
do.
people
So if your opponent
and when you sit it on your hip
gets
crease,
it
like
inches
sits on top of your
across the
diaphragm,
line,
breathe as well.
you only have to get 7 to beat them. 7 inches across the line, see?
So if you can,
Or if they are really quick at something, you know, it depends on if it's time, reps, etc. You want to watch your opponent so that you can beat them. It's a strategic game that we play in strongman because there's 5 events throughout the day. You really need to focus where your energies go. Some people just like to go for gold and max out and everything. But some of us aren't show-offs like that. Okay?
Sorry, you are.
Jack.
We have some strongman famous people here today. I'll introduce you to them
I
shortly.
used to run,
But now it's time to watch Alex Graves.
so me and
Let's see if he can take out the qualifying open men.
so me and another guy,
He's off. Ladies and gentlemen,
I coached Josie.
it is very difficult to walk with this massive black rod between your legs. It's quite cumbersome.
I'm good at throwing.
The other
have a-
like that will work.
Moving up to
A day, record day. Who can do the most like goes around, like open inbox. Not about the
conserving some
cardio.
energy,
The worst thing you
getting some chalk on his arms.
prep.
We have to put chalk on our arms, please, guys, because I can tell you now, your skin will rip off when you pick up that bag.
Oh my. Come on!
Come on, Alex!
Come on!
Come on, come on, you see our time.
Here's the time! Come on! Here's the time! Come on!
Wrestling focus.
Changing tact, coming at it sideways. Just gonna get it up onto your lap.
Come on, Alex!
Seconds.
Plenty of time.
Come on, mate.
Those guys now.
You go just 80 kilos, you go do a max distance carry until you drop it, rest a minute, and then go again.
I've been moving hospital and so I've been carrying shit up and down hills for 3 weeks straight.
So what I'm hearing is, are you competing? Yeah, event win.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nathan coming up now. He is the last men's open in the qualifier division. Around here, last generally means you're the biggest. Biggest, strongest, most experienced, generally speaking. Nathan is a perfect example of that. He is a big, strong, helpful volunteer sometimes, strong man. He's stepping up to the plate now. He's a slim 119.98 kilos as of this morning. Not talking about. We're not body shaming. I'm saying it's impressive.
Now, Alex, did you say something that
In the open category, you can be as heavy as you want. Just as long as you can lift the weights, you can have McDonald's in a smoothie, like you can take a burger and just make it into liquid. It doesn't matter. Eat what you want, do what you want. As long as you're strong enough, we don't discriminate in the open category. So Nathan's going to be lifting 100 kilo barry carry. Shouldn't be too much trouble for him at all. And following that, he's going to lift 120 kilo sandbag and then 140 kilo sandbag. And remember guys, he's probably going to be able to do that. So the focus here is how fast can he do that? Any guesses? I'm thinking 30 seconds.
1, and good.
Come on, Nathan! Make some noise! Come on, Nathan! Run! I'm pretty confident that Nathan's strong enough to do this with his eyes closed.
Come on, Nathan,
and
grip
breathing
it.
paper at the same time. The question is, how fast is he going to be able to do it? Come on, Nathan! Move that 120 kilo body of yours across this line.
Good.
And he can throw the bag if he chooses to. Come on, run back!
Run back,
Don't play
Nathan.
games.
Go, Nathan.
Put on a show for us, Nathan.
Get aggressive. Come on.
This just being
5
shy.
seconds.
Let's go. Come on.
Don't run too fast, you won't feel bad.
Come on, Nate.
Come on, Nathan.
40 kilo sandbag.
Aggressive.
His body weight plus 20 kilo.
Right.
Come on.
Good.
30 seconds.
Come on, you got it. Yeah. Go, hips. Go. Easy. Go. Easy.
All the way to the end, all the way.
15 seconds.
Keep going, keep going.
Nathan's our first athlete.
Good luck, bro. Good luck, bro. You're up.
40 over the line with 9 minutes.
That's what we're going. Steady, steady.
Good job, Nate.
Sorry, Adam.
Just don't cut the corner too much, you don't want to there anything.
You're a fucking fucking mate.
It helps that our volunteers are strongmen also.
Well, no, I would have.
But really, our strongman volunteers who are out here this morning at 5:30 a.m. setting up, they are all strongmen too, so it's handy to have them around so they can just carry these weights and bags back and forth.
That's easy to do that way. Really?
Next we have David Buck, so known as Bucky. Another seasoned strongman. I say seasoned because I think we've established that my idea of seasoned is basically any time after I started doing strongman.
One of it's dependent on your wingspan.
Now we watch Kong just pick it up and throw it and sprint with it.
My theory is if you can.
As I mentioned earlier, we are showing off 2 different divisions today in WA Strongman. There is the qualifying and then the clash. The clash on the West Coast, as this competition is aptly named, slightly more advanced division with the under 105 gentleman Poppy to my right.
Horizontally, then
Oh wait, should he be to my left?
Yeah.
Very good.
He's setting up the bag.
Oh, he's setting up the bags.
So athletes have time to set up the bags before we go. Just like they were every balloon outside.
but if you have like these
That was like a lead. When we saw figured it out last week.
For those of you that have just joined us, this is WA Strongman, our first event of the year that's not a novice. It's pretty exciting for us. We do several qualifiers throughout the year, don't quote me on how many. And then we do a state finals at the end of the year, which is very exciting. And we intend to get bigger and better every year. This is our first time at Scarborough Amphitheatre, and we're very excited to host here.
position, like grabbing,
I like it. I don't mind.
grabbing
Where's my
like
phone?
that.
Bucky.
unnatural way to pick
Oh,
something up.
there he is.
But once your biceps really get
I
used to
find
it.
that and also
Take your time.
my deadlift.
Oh, wait.
Well, that's what I found. Because when you pick it up, you're like this.
These strongmen, they get so cocky, you know, once they've been around the block a few times, they're like,
Depends on
I'm so strong. I'm nothing like that,
if you're
okay?
a dominant lifter, you can stiff leg a stone quite easily.
What, just like that, straight leg up? Nah.
No, if you are, if you're not, then the lower hip tends to be a bit better. But one of the problems with that is it shifts your center of gravity differently. Yeah, and sometimes people, if you don't set up properly, the lower hip position, you end up like way behind the stone and the stone ends up out in front of you.
Yeah, and then it's like either you gotta get under it or...
Let's do it! Here it goes. Come on!
There's always a big squatter.
3, 2,
I like deadlifts.
1, and go!
But I'm not going to squat because of...
This is pretty much a body weight exercise for him.
And now...
Stand or submit, very great. Thank you, House of Pain, for lending that.
Come on!
Explosive.
I love it when they run, when they really show off their running skills.
That was me.
You might not think of strongmen as being very quick, but sometimes they can be quite agile.
That pickup makes me envious.
Oh,
Let's go.
knocking it out hard. 140 kilo sandbag. Woo!
Reset. Got time. That's it.
Like a dream. He's just picking it up and walking it across. Woo! How fast is that?
Oh, so you know... Yeah, okay. Well, that makes me feel...
41
Because I'm thinking
seconds.
of doing at least slow.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Learning how to do some weightlifting.
you're just taking the picky now.
Because I feel like that explosive
Just show
power.
Which we love doing in the very strongman. We love to present to you our strength.
I don't want to be able just to clean it.
We're short, performance arts. As you may or may not know, strongmen started in the circus, showing off their intense strength and size as like a freak show thing. And today, we can carry on that tradition because we're all a bunch of strong oddballs.
Not the best way to do it because then you can, when the cuts come
All right, who's up next? We have James DeGraff.
It's just taking so much out.
Just like his mate Mcavoy, they have come all the way from Bunbury this morning, the freezing cold there,
always really good at my press.
to be here to compete for you, to entertain you.
But then when my press got up to like 150, I couldn't.
James, do you find this morning's trip down here as difficult as how you
I
did?
had to learn to mix it.
Was it tricky? Yeah. No? Where's Stevenson and Radio? These guys mean business.
It's about, I've done 140.
Representing Southwest
And I'm
Strongman.
looking to go like train a lot more.
Yep. Southwest Strongman. We like to compete in strongman all over the state and involve one another where we can.
Double overhand is 210.
Yeah, sure, it's job
And I
overhand.
was more like a warm-up was 230.
You may see our competitors chalking up their arms and their chests and their legs. We try to create friction to hold on to the implements. Particularly the barrier carry is smooth and it's difficult to really grasp it. You have to bear hug this thing and then waddle so that it doesn't hit your legs.
I do get back problems, but that's why I like every 2 weeks that I get.
It's pretty tricky.
I take rest when I need it, sort of thing.
Don't even get me started on chalking up the sandbag because that thing is made out of
Yeah, okay, so
fabric, right? And when you try to pick it up, it basically just rips your skin straight away. Just tears it off. I've got scars all over my forearms from that landing. But don't worry, it's cool. Alright, you ready to go,
Or you
Dr.
mean like too narrow, too wide, or...
Winner of last year's State Strongman.
Okay.
You ready?
Big show put on.
2, 1, and
I
go!
know that there's some like
Ew!
like a double belt for a deadlift, but
Come on, Jay!
there's no point double belting. I'm like, maybe when I hit 300,
You didn't get up and drive all the way from Bunbury for nothing. You're gonna give these people a good time.
James, hit the mobility.
We're going for time here, guys, because we're pretty confident that these men are strong enough for this. Sniff some more ammonia, get in there. Don't rush it.
Go! Roll it!
There's a difference between being quick and being rushed. Athletes know.
Be aggressive, man! Go!
Come on, James. Representing Southwest Strongman last year's winner of states. Just when you think you might not make it, they always pull through as best they can. That, ladies and gentlemen, was a representation of the strongman spirit. He was struggling a little bit, you know, had to reassess, had to compose himself, but he managed to push through all the way to the end. That's what we like to see. That's what we promote. Pushing through your comfort zone and everything. Next we have you're kidding me, right? You guys, you're in for a surprise, a treat, an exciting show. We have the big man, Strong, also known as. Look at him over there getting amped up. Yeah, bossing people around. You know. Yeah, just move that bag up.
So no one near the top of 2 days like with that and someone else letting the lights on for me. It was really comfortable for me, so
Typically,
This is the biggest man that we have today competing. Heaviest, strongest, most intense division, heaviest bags, the whole thing. This is the highlight of this event today, ladies and gentlemen.
that's why I stopped.
If you're interested in seeing really big blows, throwing around really big weights, this is who you want to watch today. We start with the gentle, sweet young women like Sophie who just blitz it and show off and like get real like, it's really impressive and exciting. We start there and then as a dessert we give you strong calm. Rounding off a beautiful event one.
I need to wear it because I didn't lost the day.
Look at the size of it compared to this burger.
So be fun to try this well.
That's 110 kilos standing next to him like it's a bloody shotgun. Ladies and gentlemen, even though he's a seasoned competitor, I still want to hear lots of noise from you guys. We all appreciate a bit of a cheer, some clapping. No matter how experienced we are, how strong we are, we still have fragile little hearts and we like to be, you know, placated. We want to be loved and adored. That's why we're here today in the amphitheatre. We want you to cheer, we want you to love us, we want you to think we're impressive. So I want to hear you scream. Come on, Pam! Come on, gentle giant!
2, 1, and go!
He's hot! Look at him go! 110 kilo bear carry.
Come on, Pop.
Turn around like it's one of his babies.
Come on.
let's go, Eddie. Come on.
Homes of family members just carrying around these types of things. Come on! Don't put your shoulder!
Come on, Pop.
Come on.
Oh, I thought he was going to shoulder in there. I was like, oh no, you're going to get in trouble. This is not a sandbag shoulder event. We will have a stone shoulder event later, but I'll tell you about that in due course. Come on, Bob! Big fella, can you take it all away? He's more likely to do it if he has been cheering. Is that enough? Sometimes strongmen have to conserve their energy. We can't just gas ourselves for every event. Sometimes we do, we'd like to, but the 5 events strongman's here today, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be competing like this at least until 4:30. The first event of the day, the last thing you want to do is completely gas yourself. It's not recommended, especially when you've been doing strongman a while, like Kong has. You don't need the, you don't need the affirmation. He knows he's strong. He's like, next time. Next event, I hope that you guys are going to stick around. And we will be the deadlift, right? But before that, I hope you all stick around, but before that, we have Bo. He's the last man in our Clash division, the open category, which means he can basically weigh however much he wants. The open category is open to interpretation, as I call it. You can be 200 kilos if you want. Go for it. You don't care. Good job. We have one person here today as a volunteer who's only done a novice strongman comp, so yeah. We try to get really experienced strongmen to be our volunteers, but this one occasion we made a sacrifice. I think he's doing great. Hey, he's doing great. You're doing great. I'm just taking a minute. It's my job to be entertained. Who, me and you? Okay. It's the battle of pretty volunteers here today. I usually win, followed by Matt, my fellow red-headed friend. You're not a volunteer, mate. President of WA Strongman thinks he's the prettiest volunteer. I don't think so. Well, what have you got for us today? I love watching Bo record. He's such a sweet, cuddly looking guy, and then he just busts out amazing feats of strength. He looks like a teddy bear, like a lot of our strongmen do, but then unbelievable feats of strength. 110 kilo barrier carry. Again, stand and submit barrier carry this size was lent to us by our friends at House of Blue. We really appreciate that. Are you ready to rock and roll yet, guys?
Yeah, just
the crowd is hungry.
Huh? I guess the boss is that. And over the
3, 2, 1, and go!
No, I didn't.
Let's go, let's make some noise. Make some noise, slow guys.
Did you see how that flew up above his lap? Because it's so strong, he didn't even need to go to his lap. It just flew up. Pay attention to how these guys strategize and they use techniques to get these bags off the ground. They look really strong, but they're not just doing it with brute strength. They're doing it with trained, calculated strategy. Hitting it over the side, getting it up onto the left, hitting it to the chest, and then off we go. Isn't that exciting? Especially when they struggle. It's like,